Okay, so this is how I ended up making my router table. Originally, I had holes right here and right here and down here and down here. And I just had a bolt that went in and then a threaded insert nut or whatever you call them into this piece. And there's no way to adjust it. So what I did was I took that threaded insert, put it here so that you can adjust it here. I put an angle bracket here. That's a little long, I know. You could cut them off or get shorter ones. These are 1/4 20 bolts. This is 3-inch 1/4 20 bolt with, I put a bolt here, then I put a locking nut here on the back side, and then another nut here. And what I do is I screw this in until it just about seats, tighten this nut here up, and that locks that part in, so this won't turn no more. Then I put the locking nut down and I adjust it to where the top of the table is flat, and then I just take this one here and tighten it up and lock that in. The reason I put the locking nut on here is that is the most crucial to keep it level on the back side right here. As you can see, it's just got that plastic insert in it, and it locks or keeps it from moving. That way the vibration won't loosen this up and let it drop or raise or anything else. It'll keep it level. And then that's pretty much it as far as that goes. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. This is a Bosch router. So I'll go ahead and pull it down so you can see what the top of it looks like now. So there we go. Now on this one, because it's that Bosch router, I can actually raise it up and down by sticking, I think it's this one here that's covered with dirt. No, it's right here. In this one here, I can stick that little Allen handle in there and raise this up. But as you can see, this here is pretty flush. What I should have done, as you can see here, because of the bolt heads or screw heads, it keeps this from coming right over to it. What I should have done was use a router in this area here, so then it will go flush up against, which I can do later on. And then on that angle, take and drill in put a slot in there so you can move that in and out. Then you can adjust this so it's tight here and tight on this side. As you can see the bolt head there, that prevents it from going over. However, as you can see, my table saw fence slides clean across it. If I had thought of this to start with, it would have been a whole lot easier. But otherwise, it was a pain in the butt trying to do the other way, and it just didn't work. However, this does. And this is a Bosch plate insert to do this with, and a Bosch router. The Bosch inserts here. This is just some free, no, it wasn't free. It cost me $10 for 4x4 sheet, I think it was, of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's particle board with like a melamine surface on it, so things will slide easy. And I need to adjust this down a little bit because it's raised just a smidge. But now what I can do is I can use my table saw fence, build another fence on top of it that will attach to here, and then it will have a router fence where I can do my routering. However, if I'm not yeah, that should work. Bring it up, have the little box here. All the sawdust is pretty much going to go down. It does come with a little sawdust vacuum type deal for the inside here that you can put on and suck the sawdust out that way. Other than that, I mean, it's fairly simple. Now I have a table saw and a router table all in one. I can fold it up and take it wherever I need to, throw it in the back of the truck. Simple, easy, good to go. Just make a jig for the fence here, which I need to make a couple more jigs for it. One, I want to do a sacrificial fence or board on this fence, and then also I want to do basically a planer fence that will go on here for my table saw, and then just do another fence and have it connected so that I can do my routering. Other than that, pretty simple. And for any handheld type routering, I have a rigid 18 volt handheld router, battery operated cordless router for that. You could actually do this with the cordless too. Say that you had the DeWalt battery operated table saw, and then you get the rigid or the DeWalt router. You could build something that would attach to the DeWalt table saw that does that too. Then you're just totally batteries. But anyway, I just thought I would show you how I did mine. I think it's fairly slick. I'll go ahead and kick this back up again. Okay, so you can get another look at the bottom, and it's in there pretty solid. See, it doesn't move. It's not moving. It's just the table saw itself moving. So it's in there solid. I was kind of worried these might bend a little, but no, there's enough meat to them that they were good. Now these are 2-inch, just like bookshelf brackets. They're just 2-inch angle brackets. Got them at, I believe, Tractor Supply. They were $6 for 4 of them. So $6. The threaded nuts, bought a whole package of them on Amazon. The screws I'd gotten at Lowe's or Home Depot, they're just 1/4 3-inch screws or bolts. And they came with these nuts, and then I had a bunch of 1/4 locking nuts. So, and this is just 3/4 inch plywood, mounted up to 3/4 inch. I want to say melamine, but I'm not real sure what it's called. But anyway, that's pretty much it. And seems to work pretty good. I tried it out on a couple. I just don't have a fence built for it yet. I'll be working on that next. But yeah, if you don't mind putting a couple holes in here, this holds it up perfectly fine. If I had to do it over again, I'd make these just a little bit larger than the 1/4 inch bolts, and then get the 1/4 inch bolts that are only about a 1/2 inch. That'd be more than enough. And then before you put this in, router your grooves here and here for the bolts, and then close this all up, mark where you need to put your deals, and poof, there you go. You could probably get away with 1.5 inch of these. You go with the 3-inch, I just leave a little bit longer bolt, but you can adjust these up or down a little bit. It gives you a little bit of play with these. If you need to, you can go with the longer bolt, but these work just fine. And they're in there. They're not moving. As you can see, this ain't moving. The whole table saw is moving. So now, all I have to do is throw it in the back of the truck if need be. Or if I have a garage, put it in the garage. But instead, I just keep mine in my C-train. So anyway, you guys have a good one.